Hi, and welcome to this virtual look at the Dickinson Fleet Services history. This presentation will outline where we've been and where we're going. As you may know, our parent company, Cox Enterprises, acquired Mannheim in 1968. This started Cox down the path of the automotive world. Over the next few decades, Cox acquired and formed numerous other companies, including Dickinson Fleet Services and Interstate Truck Center most recently. This presentation will now dive a little deeper into the history of Dickinson Fleet Services. Dickinson Fleet Services was founded by Bob and Dick Dickinson in 1997. Both Bob and Dick came up as career sales guys at a little company you may have heard of called Ryder. Bob had worked his way up to become a national sales rep and was really a bigwig at Ryder. Ryder had decided that they were going to spin off a few of their maintenance locations, and because Bob was such a bigwig, he was in the right place at the right time to hear about it. Ryder wanted to spin off 3 of their maintenance locations in Indianapolis, Indiana, Atlanta, Georgia, and Pennsburg, Pennsylvania. These are do-it-all shops. Anything that can be done out of a shop location can be completed out of one of these 3 locations. Dickinson is currently the largest non-dealer repair organization in the country. From 1997 to 2007, it's kind of a boring story. The company was run very conservatively, and all of the profits were reinvested back into the company. By the end of 2007, Dickinson had organically grown to 7 shops. We had also added 2 new owners, Mike Dickinson and Ted Coltrane. Mike is Bob's son, and Ted is Bob's son-in-law. In 2007, you may remember that the economy tanked. The cost of fuel, diesel and gasoline skyrocketed. Here in Indy, the cost of diesel was about $5 a gallon, and gasoline was right around $4 a gallon. This is a huge issue, especially in big cities dealing with rush hour traffic. We all know that going through big cities like Los Angeles, Atlanta, New York, places like this can take us hours to just get 10 miles down the road. Because this was so expensive for our customers, we began bleeding customers, so bad that the company almost went out of business. Bob, Dick, Ted, and Mike got in a room together and decided they were going to save the business. This is when they came up with the idea of mobile service. Our officers reached out to our customers that were thinking about leaving us and had those that had just left us. And they said, Mr. Customer, what if instead of you driving to us, what if we came to you? That's what saved our company. We added 40 mobile trucks almost overnight, doing service outside of shops. Fast forward a few years, and we signed a deal with TruGreen. For those of you who don't know, TruGreen is a mobile lawn care company. They take care of fertilizing grass and making sure that customers' yards look nice. They're also the official sponsor of the PGA Tour. TruGreen ended up getting a very low CSA score. If you don't know what a CSA score is, anytime that the DOT does a roadside inspection, they give out a score. That score, if it drops low enough, will eventually park a company. That's a huge deal for a company like TruGreen who can't make money if they're not able to service lawns. So TruGreen put out a request for bid. They sent it to all of the different repair organizations across the country and said, give us your best quote and we'll choose from that. Bob and Dick are really good sales guys. They closed the deal with TruGreen, and that's how Dickinson became a national company. We went from a regional organization of 7 shops and 40 mobile trucks. Almost overnight, we added an additional 100 service trucks servicing TruGreen. Since then, we've grown at about 20% every single year. We're currently sitting right around 750 mobile trucks. Back in 2017, Bob and Dick both retired in their 80s. It's well-deserved. Since then, Mike and Ted brought on a private equity company. A private equity company basically buys and sells companies for profits, similar to a house flipper. If you're familiar with that, a person will buy a property, fix it up, and sell it for a profit. Private equity companies will buy companies, make adjustments, and sell them for a profit. As you probably know, one of those sales has just been finalized as Dickinson has been acquired by Cox Automotive. Moving forward, what makes any company successful? Here at Dickinson, we believe that any company can be successful if they deliver what they promise to both their employees and their customers. Throughout this week, you'll learn what it is that Dickinson and Cox promise to our employees. For now, we're going to focus on what it is that we promise to our customers. We promise maintenance excellence. So what is maintenance excellence? Quality, consistent repairs, performed safely, and communicated in an actionable way. So what does all that mean? Quality, consistent repairs. If we have a customer nationwide like TruGreen, who is thrilled with us over on the East Coast, couldn't be happier. They are having their PMs knocked out on time, we're catching repairs, etc. They could not be happier. But then on the West Coast, hypothetically, if they're unhappy with us, do you think that they would continue to use a company like us if they're going to have inconsistent repairs? Probably not. So that's why it's important for our PMs and repairs to all be consistent across the board. Next up is performed safely. Safety is paramount here at Dickinson Fleet Services and Cox Automotive. Couple of things to do with safety. You will never be asked to do work on the side of the road because your safety is too important. If a customer's vehicle breaks down on the side of the road, our call center will ask them if they can pull it to a parking lot or other safe location. And if it's unable to be moved, our call center will facilitate getting a tow truck. Your safety is too important. You will not be asked to work on the side of the road. Also, you're the final say on what is and isn't safe. There will never be a negative career repercussion for saying, I can't do that job that way. It's not safe. Here's what I need to do it safely. You can say that to your customers, to your boss. You can say that to the president of the company. Your safety is too important. We will not compromise. Finally, communicate it in an actionable way. Specifically that word actionable. What I mean by that is, here's two scenarios. The first scenario, you finish a PM inspection, determine that a unit needs brakes. So you walk into the customer and you say, Mr. Customer, I just finished the PM on unit 123. It looks like it needs brakes. Here's an estimate. Let me know what you think. Sounds pretty good, right? We've let the customer know that the unit needs new brakes and that the PM is done. Seems like a good idea. Let's tweak that situation just a little bit. Same PM, same brake job, same customer. Hey, Mr. Customer, I've completed the brake job or the PM on unit 123. Looks like it needs new brakes. If you get me an approval on this estimate within the next half hour, I can get to the parts store before it closes and have this unit up and running by tomorrow. Which scenario is the better scenario? Obviously the second scenario, right? It allows the customer to take action. So that's what I mean by taking action. So how do we accomplish this? We accomplish this through the trait. Trait stands for Technician Reporting and Information Tool. The trait allows us to provide consistency. We perform the same PM all over the country. There are safety reminders and trainings in the trait. And finally, the trait allows us to communicate with our customers in real time. We're glad to have you on the team and can't wait to see what we can accomplish together.